Did you get the invite?
Hold on. Not yet. No, wait, yes I did. Alright, let's do it. This is gonna be fun.
Alright, here we go.
Here we go.
Good luck. Yeah, since you played Xeno, I'm expecting you to beat Starks. I don't know Starks' level yet. We'll see if he is doing Dominion or not.
Anything can happen.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll just have to see.
We'll see if you're really getting or tuning. Here we go.
Here we go. Made you look, you're sort of stole your mama pocketbook. Let's do it.
Oh, talk nasty. Alright. That's good. Here we go, baby. Okay. No combo. Okay. Nice. Good sidestep attack from Starks. You block no throw punish. Nice. Okay. Oh yeah, nah. You got bound combos. Okay. Nice break hold. Good use of the meter. That's what I want to see. Oof. Watch your legs. Watch your legs. Oh, good damage. Good break. Nice. Good hold. Oh. Okay, hold on. We got something. Oh, no damage. Nice, good sidestep attack. I love how Stark uses the meter though. I like that. Nice, good throw punish. Okay. Good throw break. Okay. Nice. Definitely gotta launch more.
Okay. Alright.
Get ready. Fight.
Nope.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Good combo. Okay, that was good.
Pretty much what I expected.
That money keys. I swear.
It is unsafe. You can throw punish if you block it. Run a kick. You gotta block it and throw punish.
We settled this.
Alright, here we go.
So nice to meet you.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
Okay. Oh, could have got a lot more damage on that. Yeah, we gotta practice those combos. Definitely. Nice, good step though. Yeah, Starks, one thing I would say about Starks. Dropping a lot of combos, not familiar with their juggles, but they're not afraid to use the meter. Nice 7 hit. Hello? Oh, doesn't get the follow up, it's okay. Good break hold. Oh, good interruption. Launch. Nice. Ah. Can't work on those
No.
combos. Okay.
Okay.
Oh
okay,
my
I
God.
thought you were gonna meter play, man.
That's good. Try to bait out the hold. Decisive attack. Oh, nice. Gets his XP. Angela Love Katana in the building. How's it going? Okay.
Oh,
Nice, good break low.
I held the wrong hold.
Very good
I
job.
held the wrong hold. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Stark using that meter. Okay. Nice hold. Oh, drops a combo. Yeah, we gotta work on those combos.
Holding that. I gotta get better.
That was
at
truly a beautiful dance.
Yeah, so to fix that, you would just put the dummy on mid kick counter when you knock them down, and just practice that juggle, you know, over and over. That was good stuff, though.
I think that's a. Oh, it's a high. Okay, I know what I'm doing wrong. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. I think.
In the name of Mugen Tenshi.
It's so nice to meet you.
Good combo. Oh, nice.
I love that game. It's a great song.
Alright, good throw. Nice, good grab.
No.
Oh. Good interruption. Okay, hold on. Star's fighting back though. Good stab. Oh, you get a follow up there after the side. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna work on that.
Why did I
Oh
do
my
that?
god.
That was an accident.
Yeah, that was.
That was an accident.
That was insane. All good, all good. Lock in, lock in. Nice, decisive attack. Okay. Oh, coming with the 4-4 kick. Nice combo. Oh yeah, see right there. We got some more. That. We got a bound combo.
That is the mid carry. What am I doing? Like that. I am so trash right now. What am I doing?
Lock in, lock in. Don't down talk yourself. Lock in, lock in. Don't down talk. You're up 2-0.
Nope. Sit down.
Nice. Good stuff. GG's.
I tried to get the little hold there.
Oh, I could have done so much better, but
Pretty
I'll
much
take
what I
it.
expected.
I'll take
Alright,
it.
3-0. GG's. Well played.
GG's though. To start. Good stuff.
Cool. Alright. Good stuff. You guys can spectate. No, spectate.
Right.
Just gonna. Oh, I should have probably picked a lightweight then.
That's fine. I'll just exit lobby. I'll say this. So, I think definitely Sabaki, you might be tuning level. I still want to see you fight a tuning though, so I can verify that. I want to see how you fare well against tuning. But yeah, it looks like you might be a little higher than Guinea because you're definitely familiar with your routes.
I barely have any character knowledge though, so wouldn't that make me Jenny by default?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's still a lot of things I'm seeing that you're missing. So I'm gonna go back to the drum board and rewatch this, but there's a lot of stuff. I mean, both of you guys got to work on, which is good. That's why we do this, you know. But advice for both. I'll start with you. So I'll start with Tsubaki. So I think good pressure. I think you should hesitate a little bit when you do get your stuns. I'd like to see you kind of just go straight into your stuns. I don't know how familiar you are with kokoro stuns. So like I said, once again, kind of how I was telling me earlier is to really utilize combo challenge just to get familiar with how she should be played. Because combo challenge does a good job of like kind of showing you what moves you should be using when you're utilizing each character. So just kind of mastering those stun routes. One thing that Starks did that you didn't do at all is meter. Like, you didn't use meter like the entire set at all. Like, you didn't break hold. You didn't. Well, you did do break blow at one point. You did it like start round. I think maybe you're saving it for that. But
Yeah, that was
you
kind
really
of an accident.
Yeah, I'd rather you spend all your meter using the break hold, which will get you out of stuns because it counters high, mid, and low. All three properties, right? All three heights, and your +5, right? So you have advantage. And you do a little bit of chip damage too, right? And it can get you out of a lot of sticky situations. And then you have the sidestep attack, right? It evades every linear string and it has iframes, right? So it has priority. So whenever you're under pressure, when your opponent's, kind of stringing you down with a lot of combinations, you can just sidestep attack and get out of it. But it does lose to tracking moves and throws, but that's the only downside to sidestep attack. But it is a really strong mechanic. But yeah, Starks were using it. You weren't using it that much, so I'd love to see you utilize it more. And like I tell people all the time, like, it rebuilds extremely fast. So you don't need to like take care of your meter in this game. Like, just get rid of it. Just dump it. Honestly, it's just
Yeah,
really
because
strong.
when I picked up the game, I kind of noticed how fast we got meter, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna spend it.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I'll say about Stark. He was not afraid to use it, and it needs to get nerfed. So hopefully in 6 LR they make adjustments and fix that. But the meter gain is absurd in this game. So I tell people all the time, like, dying with meter is criminal. Like, even at the highest of play, like, you just should not be dying with meter. You know, good players can get away with it because legacy. They've been playing the game for so long. But still, it's just such a broken mechanic. It's just like, yeah, you just got it. Yeah, I think lastly, I would say try to like don't downplay yourself a lot too, because I know you're saying like you're trash and things of that nature, but like, yeah, you don't want to adopt that mindset because you're like mentally defeating yourself. I don't know if you're like joking, but it's one of those things where, like, if you're trying to get stronger, just take everything in stride. You know what I mean? But so far though, that was good. You won 3-0. That was pretty convincing. I'll definitely try to match you up with someone a little more experienced than Stark. That way we can let you raise along. But good stuff, Sabaki. Good stuff.
Thanks.
I like what I saw. Darks, good stuff. I like the meter. Good stuff. I like the meter. Definitely want to see you get familiar with Kasumi's for combos. You did a good job at launching. You just didn't do the proper finisher.
Yeah, launchers in this game are a little odd to me because mostly I played Tekken 8 on launch, and like launchers in this game feel so different.
Yeah,
it's just like it kind of like scrambles my brain a little bit of like, okay, it's not just launch and to go. It's like launch and then kind of do a very specific thing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what it is. But yeah, I think for you is honestly you just need to get familiarized with your character. I think that's what you need to work on. So I would say try to. I mean, I don't know how often you play DOA or how serious you're trying to play it, get at it, but I would definitely say utilize combo challenge similar to Sabaki. I'd say that, and definitely look at some videos, like the Sumi DOA 6 videos, and see how her stun routes are, and try to learn those juggles. Because you were getting the juggles, you were just doing the wrong finisher, So it's like you're just leaving out a lot of damage. And I'd say definitely work on follow-ups too. Like if you're knocking your opponent into like a partition, there were some moments where like you did the sidestep attack, which was beautiful, and you knocked them into a bench, but you backed off. So in this game, when you knock your opponent into any partition, any breakable, they're put in an unholdable state. So they can't break hold, they can't do nothing. They have to sit there. So you get a free launcher every time, right? So yeah, you
Because I
just
wasn't
run up,
too
launch
sure
him.
what happens like after I land a hit. Like, oh, sorry. Like I wasn't too sure what happened, so I was just like, okay, let me just back off and get space so I can like see what happens. Kind of like play safe.
In those situations, like those breakables, like you get if you wait long. Well, yeah, if you wait long enough, but like you're like plus 38, you're like plus 35 plus, or on frame data. So you just shouldn't hesitate. As soon as you knock them in,
okay, I didn't
run
know
up
it was that.
and launch them. Yeah, because they're still recovering after they get knocked, after they get hit into something. So yeah, just immediately run up and you get a free launcher, So primarily mid, you want to do like a mid launcher with some highs and width, depending on like the angle you knock them into something. So for Kasumi, I'd go into the lab, go into some of the stages, and just practice, like knocking a dummy into something, and just work on those follow-ups. And I'd say is mastering her bound combos. This goes with Sabaki as well. But Sabaki's doing a good job with the bound combos. So I'm pretty sure Sabaki's a little more familiar with the bounds than you. So you definitely want to work on those bound combos. Once again, you can find that in combo challenge with Kasumi. Puts him in like this like grounded state, this like ground bound state, and then you can follow up with like a close hit or whatever.
Oh, okay, those combos with the close hit from the dash. Okay.
Yeah, but you get those off the bound combos. So it's like it's funny because you were using the launcher with Kasumi that leads into the bound. You just didn't press the appropriate follow up to activate the bound. So I was like, oh, he's doing it, but he doesn't know like the proper follow up, So yeah, I'd say that. But outside of that, I mean, that was good stuff. I like what I saw. So I'll definitely keep my eye on you guys, and we'll definitely run these back. Appreciate it. Let's see. Any questions? Hit me up, which I got.
The thing about meter is why bother using it in the break hold situation when it's good for like fatal stuns. Like if I wanted to go for the break hold, I can easily just because it's a fatal stun, there's not much you can do. You have the meter, you can get out of it. But why bother spending it in any regular situation when I can get the same effect and more with just a regular hold? Or in the case of somebody, if I know somebody's gonna abuse a sidestep, like I should have done in Magic, I could probably just block and then get a forward throw punish. Or even mid hold. Isn't regular hold more rewarding than break hold?
No. In a way, like, I guess it's like it's risk reward, right? So it's like in a way, like if you're guessing wrong all the time, like when your opponent goes to launch you and you try to predict and you're guessing wrong all the time, or you're just losing damage for no reason, you know what I mean? Like if I stun you and I launch you, right, and you guess wrong every time, you're just giving up free damage. Whereas like you just break hold and you don't gotta worry about that.
Because sometimes when I used it, especially in some of the streams, it was like I kind of didn't want to guess on the exact hold, so I'm just like, okay, I have enough meter, I would just break hold, and if he throws me, he throws me.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're pretty much just eliminating the guessing factor, right? I mean, you're gonna if your opponent throws you, that's cool. That's just a part of the triangle system. But you can't be afraid to get thrown in dead or alive. Like it's just a rock paper scissors. But the break hold kind of eliminates some of that guessing. So I like to break hold early on, right? Spend it early on, and then if I have no meter, then all right, now I'm forced to guess with my opponent. But the break hold kind of eliminates that factor. And also too, to your fact, you said fatals. Most players don't use fatals. You know, most players really don't use the fatal attacks that often. So, you know, might not get a chance to use the breakthrough if you're waiting for your opponent to hit you with a fatal attack. Most players don't utilize it like that. But there were a lot of times, and also too, a perfect example is like when you're about to die. Let's say you're at like what 5% health. You know, just use the break hold. You know, instead of just trying to go for like a raw guess, break hold and give yourself a second chance to try to come back in the round. If you really want to save it for that, then save it for when you're about to die. Use the break hold then. You know, because there were a lot of moments I'm pretty sure I can point out in that set where it's like you could have break hold, but you just try to go for a hard read and it cost you. You know, but yeah, that's my advice. You know, so you know, take it with a grain of salt, but. I think it's just a really strong mechanic.
Okay.
It's a good question though. Because usually in most fighting games, like they have get out of jail free cards. They have it like one, right? You can like break maybe once. But Dead or Alive, you can do it like potentially 3 or 4 times in a match. And that's just absurd. You know, like that just shouldn't be. The fact that it is a thing, it's like, well, might as well just use it for now until it gets nerfed. Because you'll see, like in, I'm pretty sure 6 or lower, if they do nerf break hold, yeah, it's really hard to deal with pressure because you're gonna be forced to guess, which is what Dead or Alive was programmed to do. You know, there wasn't any get out of jail cards. When your opponent puts you in the stun, you have to guess. Like you gotta kind of take an educated guess and see like what route you're gonna take. At least with this game, you don't gotta do that to an extent because of the break hold. And like I said, you build it back, you know, so you're gonna get your meter back.
Makes sense, yeah. I definitely noticed, like, for as much as I was spinning, I was doing like a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just use it. It's free. It's there for you. You know. And there are certain characters in this game where like they can just launch you for like 45% every time. You know, so it's like you might as well just break hold and try to get out that situation. If you have it, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys, man. Good stuff. I'm gonna definitely rewatch the VOD, and if I pick up on anything else, I'll definitely put it in the chat. Good stuff. Got anything, Starks?
I guess a big thing would be kind of like, I noticed sometimes when they went for strings that like I would try to go for throw punish, but then like it would be like sometimes I would get hit because I couldn't tell if they were like delay strings or if the string was like over and it just wasn't throw punishable. So is there like a way where I can tell that a string's being delayed or?
Oh, the thing about that was...
Yeah, staggers. Go ahead.
Okay.
The thing about that particular thing was, like, I know you would use, I think, the 5A after your running string, and then you would hold, so I would purposely not finish strings or delay them so that I can bait you holding and then punish you after that. That's kind of the whole thing about that was, I noticed that in this game, you can either age cancel or not finish your strings at all, and then you can bait the hold and you can either throw them, which is easier, or you can just keep going with the mix. So you're more so fighting the player than fighting the character.
Okay, so I have to pay more attention to like how the players like using their strings rather than like knowing the strings itself in a way.
No, knowing the strings is very important because you can easily check in for making novice mistakes, but not everybody plays the character the same. But there are bunches of other kokoro and Momuji players that are better than me, so that's just a me thing. But
Okay.
knowing the strings is very important. It's not like Tekken where this game is based on like limb combat. It's just more like character knowledge is more important in this game than in Tekken.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, that was a good breakdown, by the way. Good breakdown, by the way, Salaki. Yeah. So he was right. Yeah, you can delay your strings in this game. They're either called staggers or free canceling, where you use the guard button, where you can pretty much like. Hold on.
Wait, there's a lot more of this game that I'm probably missing, but remember, I'm only in this series like 3 months strong, so there are other people like Sakurai, Emery Reigns, and Roche, Terrafoods, that are from recent dogs that are well more versed in how the strings work, the triangle systems, Sabatis, overholds, old fence and holes, but there are more people that can explain it than I can, but that's basically just what I learned so far.
Yeah, so like I said, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can delay your strings in this game, so that way you can, throw your opponent off. But the general rule, how Dead or Alive works, is it's mainly throw punishment based, instead of like Tekken Word Strike based. So if your opponent does like a move, if you do any move that ends in -8 or higher, is deemed unsafe. So that means you can throw punish your opponent with a command throw, which is typically your forward throws, right? So that's usually how you can throw punish your opponent, right? Yeah, so like you said, he was saying earlier, like you can actually delay strings instead of finishing it. You can cut it short. Maybe do like 1, 2.
Yeah.
Like if a string has like a 5-hit ender, you can go like make 1, 2, 3, right, and kind of throw your opponent off. Maybe they're waiting for you to finish the string. You know what I mean? So you can do that to mix people up. So that just comes down to experience. The more you play it, you'll kind of get familiar with that.